Hello, insiders. This month we're talking about the Get Your Hormones Straight course. And I'm going to tell you, vitamin D is very intimately connected to our ability to create hormones in our body. If your vitamin D is low, not only does it adversely affect your immune system, it also is one of the underlying issues in cancers and also disrupts your hormones if your vitamin D is low. Compound that with sunscreens, which this is my drawer full of sunscreens, which I very, very rarely use. Sunscreen is a hormone disruptor. There's a book that I've heard about, not read yet, about how sunscreens are not only disruptive to our own body, but sunscreens are disruptive to the earth, particularly when you use sunscreens in a waterway of the earth, like the Gulf or the ocean, or ponds or rivers or lakes, if you happen to do that, because the sunscreen comes off your body and then floats to the surface of the water and shields the water from getting the light of the sun, which affects plankton and other sea vegetation, which then affects the whole food chain. For us, this is a hot topic with some people about sunscreen, but I want you to know it is a hormone disruptor. So what do? One of the things you can do for yourself, and I got this information based on the fact that chameleons, which you know, change their body color based on the background that they're standing on. Chameleons get the information about the colors around them through their eyes. That information goes to a portion of the brain called the pineal gland, a very tiny gland in our brain, which then, in the chameleon, sets their skin to reflect the light that they're standing on. We also have a pineal gland as humans. We also have pigment creators in our skin that create melatonin. And the melatonin causes our body to tan. If you could every day, when the sun is rising, look at the sun as it's rising. And if you get up a little bit too late, you can also look in the direction of the sun, but just close your eyes and look at the sun. You will get the information from the sunlight into your pineal gland, which helps you in a number of ways. It helps your melatonin to start activating in all of your skin to protect you against the non-beneficial rays of the sun. It also helps your circadian rhythms and your internal clock, so you fall asleep more easily at night, so you wake up more easily in the morning. Good morning, insiders. That is the rising sun right there. Why am I outside when it's 17 degrees looking at the rising sun? So that I can put my bare feet on the ground while I'm looking at the rising sun. This is called grounding. You don't need to do it for long. They say 5 minutes, but any amount is good. And if you can't be outside, look at the rising sun from inside. What this does is the light from the rising sun, those wavelengths go into your iris of your eye, go to your brain, and then stimulates the normal hormones of circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythm is when we awake, when we go to sleep. And while I'm grounding, I can add 2 more elements of the instant clarity. Instant clarity changes your mind from anxious to wise and resourceful. So those 2 other elements are the deep breath and looking up. And I'll talk more about that in a future video. But deep breathing, especially when you link one deep inhalation to the deep escalation without a pause, keeps those infiltrating worry thoughts out of your head. And that's what really brings your body into that flight or fight, is that constant worry, constant defensive for no predator that is trying to, that there's no predator trying to get you. It is just your own internal dialogue.
I've heard about box breathing, where you take a 4-count breath in, hold it for 4 counts, and then exhale for 4 counts, hold it out for 4 counts. Okay, it's like a box. I don't particularly find benefit in that. It usually makes me more anxious. For one, because the breaths are too short. 4 beats is too short. So my deep breathing that I teach in the Instant Clarity course is to take a deep inhalation all the way down to your belly, like push your belly button out to pull the air towards your lower lungs, and a deep exhalation in for a 4 count, and then release it for anywhere from a 6 to 8 count. And while you're exhaling, you're pushing your belly button in, so you're pushing all the air from those lower lungs out. And this gets some of the stale air out that's in our lungs, because very often we're just breathing from our upper lungs. It relaxes your mind. And while gazing towards the sun, you are keeping your chin slightly elevated. And that also changes your mindset. Because in NLP programming, which is a way to look at how we communicate with others, how our internal communication is, it says that our posture reflects our internal state, and also that our internal state can be influenced, or is influenced absolutely, by our posture. So a posture of shoulders back, a straight spine, gaze looking slightly up, puts us in a positive state of mind with positive dialogue. So look at the rising sun to get your vitamin D, and also grounding to get that frequencies from the earth. Stand tall, spine straight, shoulders back, head slightly elevated. Deep breathe in for a count of 4. Let it all out for a count of 6 to 8. And do that for anywhere from 2 minutes to 5 minutes. So I know it will help your state of mind. Be well. Bye for now.